Okay, so in the last couple of days, so much news and articles came out about XRP, and I feel like I'm actually losing track of all the news. So if you'd like me to do more regular XRP updates and talk about the news and articles, definitely let me know in the comment section. And in today's video, we are going to check out a couple of very important articles that suggest, for now at least, it seems like despite the recent drop, we are in a relatively good place. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you are having a great time with your family and loved ones, and let's just start with this news. XRP hits ultra rare golden cross versus Bitcoin. So what's the idea in here? Let's go in here. There we go. This is XRP's chart versus BTC, and let's put the chart on logarithmic scale. Okay, the idea is that you put two very important moving averages on the chart. Number one, the 200 moving average. Number two, the 50. Now, whenever the 50 moving average is above the 200, that's actually going to be a good sign, suggesting potentially we are having an uptrend. And the cross between these two on the bullish side is called the golden cross. Now, where did this happen? It was actually back down here. So as you can see, since the end of November 2024, we actually had a solid uptrend in XRP. Now, is this important? Depends. If you like moving averages, definitely yes. And by the way, I actually forgot to tell you, moving averages sometimes can act as a support or a resistance area. So for example, you want to say that XRP is soon going to get a bounce back. Okay, this can be the 200 moving average right in here, a solid support area for you. And for example, you can argue we are going to do something like this, and then at that point the moving average is going to be somewhere around here, and in this area is probably going to be the time to get a decent bounce back. So this is possible, but again, it kind of depends on you and whether you like moving averages in general or not. For me, they are kind of a lagging indicator and they're not really my favorite, but it doesn't really matter what I think. When we talk about golden cross, we mainly talk about narrative and the story that is going to create. For example, if you remember a couple of months ago, I think it was back in November when Algorand was somewhere around 30 cents area, we checked out an article that said we recently had a golden cross, and I told you also back in the day that this doesn't really matter, but it is going to create a decent narrative which will probably lead to more and more price appreciation. And if you go on Algorand's chart, you can definitely see that from that period we actually got about like 100% move on the upside. So the importance of this article for me is just from a narrative point of view. And personally, and again, this is just for me, the golden cross right in here doesn't really matter a whole lot. For example, if you check out previous examples, there we go. In here, we had so-called a golden cross, but what happened from here, we actually got a straight move down. And yep, this can be actually another example. What happened in this area from here, when we got a golden cross, we did have a move up, but after that, we got a very strong move on the downside. So because number one, this is kind of a lagging indicator, and number two, it's not really consistent, I'm not really going to put a lot of hopes on this thing. However, again, you can argue that the 200 moving average can act as a support area, and soon, maybe after we do something like this, we can get another move on the upside, which will probably lead to XRP absolutely outperforming Bitcoin, and I do believe that this can be the case. So this was the first article. In another piece of news, XRP whales do not care about 40% drop, XRP blockchain shows. And in here, basically, they talk about investors' confidence was shaken by XRP sharp 40% drop, but on-chain data indicates that big holders are not really concerned. The fact that XRP's payment volume, number of active accounts, and burned fees are all comparatively stable despite the steep sell-off suggests that whales might not be in a hustle to sell. XRP fell to about $2 after hitting a local high of about $3.50. And I do think this is actually the case because whales usually do not really buy any coin because they want to see some short-term price appreciation. No, the way that they do it is this. Let's go on XRP's price chart, maybe from crypto.com. So whales usually accumulate in these phases right in here, and also they are extremely patient. Now, after they accumulate, it's going to be time to have another move on the upside. And for example, let's say they bought some XRP right around here. Does this mean that when we get this move down, they are going to be seller at these points? Absolutely not. They just buy more and more also in this phase in hope that we get a big move up. And if you remember, the last time that whales actually bought XRP, I believe it was somewhere around these areas, and we talked about it in a video, and I told you this usually leads to some decent price appreciation, and we did get a move up, but followed by that we got a very strong move on the downside. Now, just because they bought in here and right now they are in negatives, does this mean that they are going to sell? Well, based on their previous behavior, I can tell you not only they're not going to sell, but also if we get some more downward price action, something like this, I promise you they are going to be a buyer in this area big time. So the fact that they are right now definitely not selling is, in my opinion, a very good sign, suggesting most likely our bull run is not over yet. And also in terms of technical analysis and specifically my field of works Elliott waves, the idea is indeed kind of the same, meaning our uptrend in the cycle is not over and we are going to probably soon start another fantastic phase of the bull run. Let's move on to the next article, and excuse me, there we go. So XRP PK's interest of multi-billion-dollar wealth management team. And according to this article, the head of research at Bitwise Invest has revealed that a multi-billion-dollar wealth management team is interested in allocating XRP in their client's portfolio alongside some other cryptos, including Bitcoin and also Ethereum. So why is this good news? Because it seems like that we are attracting more and more adoption as we go forward. However, this is a very important point. They say personally owning these tokens, they cannot do this for now due to the lack of approval. And this is, in my opinion, the main point. Since now we are having a more crypto-friendly administration in the office, and also according to what they said, we can definitely expect the SEC to come up with a solid regulatory framework. And I think it was in the previous videos about XRP that I told you, it seems like that Ripple wants to be really compliant with the regulatory framework provided by SEC, and they are actually kind of ahead of the game in this area. So when they solve this problem, you can definitely bet that a bunch of money is going to pour into the crypto market. And if you want to be more specific, I think a lot of institutions are going to invest in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and also, according to what they say in here, XRP. So this is good news, but the job is not completely done yet. Now let's move on to the next piece of news, and they say XRP and Ethereum investors go on a $647 million shopping spree. So this article refers to the recent drop in Bitcoin and also XRP. And I believe I talked about this before. In my opinion, smart money is going to now quite heavily invest on Ethereum. And according to this tweet, which says, I know everyone seems to be hating on Ethereum right now, but investors have bought this dip in quite a big way this week, does actually kind of confirm my thesis. Now, in this article, they say XRP continues to attract real money, another alternative cryptocurrency attracting flows into its ETPs is XRP. The third largest cryptocurrency is seeing continued appreciation from more traditional investors, rewarding them with price stability and support from Ripple executives, with talk of this coin making it into the US Strategic Reserve as a full-fledged made-in-America digital asset. So what's the point of this article? It seems like that despite the recent move down in XRP, people are just buying more and more in this phase, and this shows once more that our bull run is just simply not over yet. I find that extremely hard to believe that in the current area right in here, that whales are not selling and investors buying big time in this area, our bull run is over and this was our final top. At least from my point of view, based on the current behavior of the market, in my opinion, this whole move is nothing but a simple corrective movement and not an impulse, and it suggests after our move down is over. And I do think that soon it's going to be over. We are going to start some more huge moves on the upside. And I think right now it's way too soon to sell. So this was a bit of a different video, and I hope I explained my points clearly and you understood what is going on in here. And if you like these types of videos, definitely let me know in the comment section. And until the next one, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.